Have you ever felt trapped inside your own mind? Perhaps after a long, exhausting day, you finally lie down in bed, ready to rest. But instead of peace, you're met with a flood of thoughts. They rush in uninvited and overwhelming, leaving you restless, anxious, and wondering how you'll ever find calm. It's as if your mind has taken control, pulling you into an endless spiral of worry and negativity. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. That feeling is all too common, isn't it? We live in a world where our minds are constantly bombarded by information, stress, and emotions. At times, it feels as though we are powerless, as if our thoughts are the ones in control, dictating how we feel, how we act, and even how we live. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if you could take back control? Imagine a life where you are no longer ruled by chaotic thoughts, where you can transform negativity into clarity, and where you can use your mind as a tool for peace, happiness, and success. It's not just a dream, it's entirely possible. Today, on Stoic Philosophical Community, we will explore how to master your thoughts and reclaim your mental freedom. Drawing from the timeless principles of Stoic philosophy built on calmness, self-control, and inner mastery, we'll share with you 13 practical and powerful tips. These tips are designed to help you quiet the noise, find inner peace, and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. If you've ever felt like your thoughts are running your life, this video is for you. By practicing these techniques, you'll not only learn to live in harmony with your mind, but also unlock the potential to create a happier, more prosperous life. So, if you're ready to embark on this transformative journey, leave a comment saying "peaceful mind" and stay with me until the end. Let's dive in and discover how to turn your mind from a chaotic ruler into a calm and wise guide. Are you ready? Let's begin. 1. Understanding impermanence. Life is a constant flow of change, and one of the most profound truths we can embrace is the saying, "This too shall pass." This simple yet powerful reminder teaches us that nothing in life, whether joy or sorrow, triumph or struggle, lasts forever. Understanding impermanence is not just a philosophy, it's a mindset that frees us from being dominated by our thoughts and emotions. Thoughts, like clouds in the sky, are fleeting. They come and go, and the more we recognize their temporary nature, the less power they hold over us. Have you ever been overwhelmed by a wave of sadness or anxiety, feeling as though it might never end? In those moments, it's easy to grip tightly to those emotions, letting them dictate your actions and mood. But what if, instead of resisting, you simply observed them, reminded yourself that this feeling is temporary, and allowed it to pass? By doing so, you create space for peace, clarity, and balance. In today's fast-paced world, this principle of impermanence is more relevant than ever. Think about a moment when you faced a setback. Maybe you lost a job, had an argument with a loved one, or failed at something important. It felt crushing, didn't it? But if you look back now, you'll see how time softened the edges of that pain, how life moved on, and how new opportunities and experiences came into your life. This is the beauty of impermanence. It assures us that no matter how dark a moment may seem, light will eventually return. On the other hand, it also teaches us to cherish the good moments while they last, without clinging to them or fearing their end. For example, think about a beautiful sunset. You don't try to hold on to it or stop the sun from setting. Instead, you enjoy its beauty while it's there, knowing that another sunset will come tomorrow. Why not approach life's experiences with the same mindset? Stoic philosophy reminds us that change is inevitable, and resisting it only leads to suffering. Instead of fighting against the flow of life, we can embrace it with mental flexibility. Meditation offers a practical way to practice this. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts without judgment, you can learn to let them come and go without attaching yourself to them. This practice builds serenity and helps you accept that both positive and negative moments are part of life's rhythm. But here's a question for you. How would your life change if you stopped clinging to every thought or emotion and instead allowed them to pass naturally? Wouldn't you feel lighter, freer, and more present in the moment? The lesson of impermanence is simple but transformative. Don't let your thoughts control you. When you understand that everything is temporary, you free yourself from the grip of both fear and attachment. You open yourself to living fully in the present, appreciating each moment for what it is, and trusting that whatever comes next will also pass. Life becomes less about control and more about flow, a journey where peace and resilience come from within. 2. Practicing mindfulness. In today's fast-paced world, our minds are constantly pulled in 1,000 directions, endless to-do lists, notifications, and worries about the future or regrets from the past. How often do you find yourself staring at your phone or computer screen, only to realize you've been lost in thought, completely disconnected from the task at hand? It's in these moments of mental chaos that mindfulness offers a lifeline, gently guiding you back to the present. Mindfulness is more than just a meditation practice. It's a way of living that allows you to be fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment or attachment. By simply focusing on the rhythm of your breath or the sensations in your body, you can observe your thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky, temporary and ever-changing. This realization that no thought defines you and that all emotions are fleeting is profoundly freeing. Take Sarah, for example, a young professional juggling a demanding job and personal commitments. She often found herself overwhelmed, her mind racing with worries about deadlines and what-ifs. One evening, during dinner with her family, she realized she couldn't even taste her food because her thoughts were elsewhere. Determined to change, she began practicing mindfulness during meals. Instead of rushing through her plate, she started paying attention to the flavors, textures, and the joy of sharing a moment with loved ones. Over time, this simple act of being present transformed her evenings into moments of peace and connection. Doesn't it make you wonder how many moments we miss because we're too caught up in our own heads? Mindfulness is not about silencing your thoughts. It's about learning to observe them without letting them control you. When you stop clinging to every worry or distraction, you create space for clarity and calm. This practice strengthens your ability to focus, helping you find peace even in the midst of chaos. Whether it's savoring a meal, listening to a friend, or simply sitting quietly with your breath, mindfulness allows you to return to the present moment, where life truly happens. So, what if you made the decision today to practice mindfulness in small, everyday moments? How would it change the way you experience life? The lesson of mindfulness is simple. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. By letting go of the need to react to every emotion or idea, you gain the freedom to live with greater intention and inner peace. Start small, focus on your breath, notice the world around you, and embrace the present moment. In doing so, you'll discover that mindfulness isn't just a practice, it's a path to a calmer, more fulfilling life. 3. The power of focused attention. Life often feels like navigating a busy road filled with twists, turns, and distractions pulling us in every direction. Our minds, much like a driver on a chaotic highway, can easily lose focus, leading to mental accidents, moments of stress, confusion, or being overwhelmed by negative thoughts. Focus is the steering wheel that keeps us on track, and practicing focused attention meditation is like learning how to drive with precision and calmness, no matter how hectic the road ahead may seem. This form of meditation trains your mind to concentrate on a single point, such as your breath, a mantra, or even a simple image, helping you regain control over your thoughts and emotions. Think of it like driving a car. You must stay aware of the road, traffic signs, and surrounding vehicles. Losing focus for even a moment could lead to serious consequences. Similarly, when we lose focus in life, we allow stress, negativity, and distractions to take over, veering us off course. Take Alex, for example, a college student juggling classes, part-time work, and personal commitments. He often found himself overwhelmed, unable to focus on his studies because his mind was racing with worries about deadlines and social pressures. One day, Alex tried a simple, focused attention exercise. He sat in a quiet space, closed his eyes, and focused solely on the rhythm of his breath. At first, his mind wandered, but with practice, he learned to gently guide his attention back to his breathing every time a distracting thought arose. Over time, this practice not only helped him stay calm during stressful moments, but also improved his ability to concentrate on his studies and approach challenges with clarity. How often do you feel like Alex, struggling to stay focused amidst the noise of life? What would change if you could train your mind to stay present and centered, no matter the situation? Focused attention meditation is a powerful tool to push aside unwanted thoughts and bring your mind back to the present moment. Whether you focus on the natural flow of your breath or repeat a mantra to anchor your mind, this practice helps you develop mental stability and clarity. Each session becomes an opportunity to strengthen your ability to direct your thoughts toward positivity and away from distractions. With regular practice, the benefits are profound: reduced anxiety, improved concentration, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. This mindfulness doesn't just help with meditation, it enhances every aspect of life, from your work and studies to your relationships and decision-making. The lesson here is simple yet transformative. You are the driver of your mind, and focus is the key to staying on the right path. By practicing focused attention, you can take control of your thoughts, reduce stress, and unlock greater mental clarity and productivity. So, why not start today? Leave a comment saying "practicing focused meditation" if you're ready to take the wheel and experience the true power of focus in your life. 4. Walking meditation. When was the last time you truly paid attention while walking? Maybe it was a stroll through your neighborhood, a walk in the park, or even a hike on a quiet trail. Were you fully present, or was your mind elsewhere, perhaps occupied with a phone call, a podcast, or a stream of endless thoughts? For many of us, walking has become such a routine activity that we barely notice it anymore. Our feet move automatically while our minds wander, detached from the present moment. But walking meditation offers a chance to change that, to bring your body and mind into harmony and transform a simple walk into a deeply mindful experience. If sitting meditation feels too restrictive or uncomfortable for you, walking meditation is a wonderful alternative, allowing you to practice mindfulness while in motion. It's not just a complement to sitting meditation, it's a practice in its own right, offering profound benefits for both the body and mind. Walking meditation invites you to move with intention and awareness. Instead of rushing to your destination or letting distractions pull you away, you focus on the act of walking itself. To begin, find a quiet path where you won't be interrupted. Walk at a gentle, comfortable pace and direct your attention to the sensations in your body, how your feet touch the ground, the rhythm of your steps, or the way your body moves with each stride. When your mind inevitably starts to wander, as it often does, simply notice the distraction and gently guide your focus back to your steps. It's not about forcing your mind to stay still, but about observing where it goes and bringing it back to the present moment without judgment. Over time, this practice trains your mind to stay grounded, even in the midst of life's chaos. Think about how this might apply in your daily life. Take Sarah, a busy professional who always felt overwhelmed by the demands of her job. She started incorporating walking meditation into her lunch breaks, choosing a quiet park near her office. At first, her mind was flooded with thoughts about her to-do list and upcoming meetings, but as she focused on her steps and the feeling of the ground beneath her, she began to feel a sense of calm. That simple practice of mindfulness helped her return to her desk feeling refreshed and more focused. How often do you find yourself rushing through the day, missing the small moments that could bring you peace? What would it feel like to slow down and truly connect with the present, even for just a few minutes? Walking meditation offers both physical and mental benefits. It improves circulation, reduces tension, and helps you feel more relaxed. Mentally, it trains you to observe your thoughts without attachment, giving you the ability to step back from worries and restlessness. This practice doesn't have to end when your walk does. It can extend into your everyday activities, helping you approach life with greater awareness and calm. And as you develop this mindfulness, you may find yourself ready to explore deeper practices, like compassion meditation, which fosters kindness and forgiveness toward yourself and others. The lesson is simple yet powerful. By walking mindfully, you can create moments of peace and clarity, no matter how busy life gets. So, the next time you step outside, ask yourself, are you ready to walk with awareness and truly be present? 5. Compassion meditation. In a world filled with stress, pressure, and endless demands, how do we stop negative thoughts from taking over our minds and emotions? This is a question many of us face daily, and one powerful answer lies in the practice of compassion meditation, a transformative method that reshapes how we see ourselves and those around us. Compassion meditation begins with small, simple steps. You find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath, creating a peaceful inner environment where positive emotions can take root. From this place of calm, you start by directing compassion toward yourself, using affirmations like, "May I be happy," or "May I be safe." Gradually, you extend this compassion outward, first to loved ones, then to people you feel neutral about, and eventually even to those you may have conflicts with. This practice is not just about repeating words, but about nurturing a heart full of love, understanding, and connection. Take Richard, for instance, a corporate employee who felt trapped under the weight of workplace stress and strained relationships with his colleagues. The constant pressure from deadlines and unresolved tensions left him spiraling into self-criticism and anxiety. One day, Richard decided to try compassion meditation as a way to regain his peace. Every evening after work, he would sit quietly, focus on his breath, and repeat the affirmation, "May I be at peace." At first, it felt like a small act, but over time, something remarkable happened. Richard's sense of compassion began to grow, not just for himself but for others, including the colleagues who had caused him stress. Instead of harboring resentment, he started wishing them happiness and peace as well. This shift in perspective didn't just ease his own stress, it transformed his relationships and made his work feel more meaningful. Can you imagine how different your life might feel if you let compassion guide your thoughts and actions, even in difficult situations? The beauty of compassion meditation is that it not only heals the mind, but also strengthens resilience and fosters deeper connections with others. By practicing regularly, you gain the ability to observe negative thoughts without letting them control you, replacing them with kindness and understanding. It's a practice that helps you see the humanity in everyone, even those who challenge you, and it reminds you that we are all interconnected. Beyond personal benefits, compassion meditation contributes to creating a more empathetic and harmonious world. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed or caught in a cycle of negativity, take a moment to pause, breathe, and let compassion flow, starting with yourself and extending it outward. What would happen if we all took a little time each day to nurture a compassionate heart? Perhaps we'd not only find peace within ourselves, but also help create a world where kindness truly thrives. 6. Meditating in nature. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves trapped indoors, surrounded by screens and endless to-do lists. But stepping outside and meditating in nature can be a deeply refreshing and transformative experience, offering a sense of peace and clarity that's often hard to find within four walls. Nature has an incredible ability to calm the mind and anchor us in the present moment. Picture yourself sitting beneath a towering tree, feeling the gentle breeze on your skin and hearing the soft rustling of leaves above. These aren't just pleasant sensations, they're invitations to let go of chaotic thoughts and connect with the stillness of the natural world. When you meditate outdoors, the sounds of birdsong, the rhythm of ocean waves, or the flow of a nearby stream provide a natural focus for your mind, helping you relax and let go of stress. Unlike the distractions of indoor spaces, nature awakens your senses. You can feel the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the air, and even the subtle fragrance of flowers, all of which help you stay present and grounded. Take Emma, for example, a young professional who felt constantly overwhelmed by her busy schedule and endless notifications. One day, she decided to try meditating in a local park during her lunch break. At first, it felt strange to sit quietly in the open, but as she focused on the sound of the wind and the rustling trees, she began to feel lighter. Over the next few weeks, her daily outdoor meditation practice became her sanctuary, a time to reset her mind and let go of the day's stresses. Emma found that nature not only calmed her but also gave her a sense of perspective. The vastness of the sky, the timelessness of the trees, and the steady rhythm of life outside reminded her that her worries, while valid, were temporary and small in the grand scheme of things. Doesn't it make you wonder how often we miss this sense of connection by staying indoors, preoccupied with our own thoughts? If you're ready to experience the benefits of meditating in nature, start small. Choose a quiet spot outdoors, set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes, and focus on a natural element around you, the sound of birds, the texture of the grass, or the warmth of the sun. Let your senses guide you and bring your attention back to the present whenever your mind starts to wander. Over time, you'll notice how even a short practice can deepen your connection to yourself and the world around you. For the next 7 days, challenge yourself to meditate outdoors each day, even if it's just for a few minutes. You might be surprised by how much lighter and more peaceful life feels. Are you ready to take on this challenge? If so, say, "I accept the challenge," and let nature guide you toward inner calm and clarity. The lesson is simple yet profound. The peace you seek is already within you. You just need to step outside and let nature show you the way. 7. The freedom of letting go. For many people, the idea of detachment feels uncomfortable, even unsettling. You might think, "Why would I want to detach? Doesn't that mean shutting off my emotions or caring less about the people and things I love?" It's easy to mistake detachment for coldness or indifference, as if it's a way to avoid pain by numbing yourself to life's experiences. But that's not what detachment is about. Practicing detachment is not about disconnecting from emotions or avoiding life. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of thoughts and feelings that can overwhelm and control you. Detachment allows you to live with greater clarity, peace, and intention by letting go of the constant need to react or hold on to everything that crosses your mind. Think of your thoughts as leaves floating on a stream. You don't need to reach out and grab them or try to stop their flow. Instead, you simply observe them as they drift by, letting them move naturally without resistance. This simple mental exercise can help you break free from the cycle of overthinking and emotional overwhelm. Take Anna, for example, a young professional who often found herself consumed by anxiety at work. Whenever a stressful situation arose, her mind would spiral with negative thoughts, leaving her tense and reactive. She would snap at colleagues, only to feel guilty later. But when Anna started practicing detachment, she learned to step back and observe her thoughts, rather than letting them control her. She visualized her anxious thoughts as leaves on a stream, letting them float away instead of clinging to them. Over time, this practice helped her feel calmer, more focused, and in control of her emotions. She found that detachment didn't make her care less. It helped her care more wisely, allowing her to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. This is the beauty of detachment. It doesn't numb you to life's experiences. It sharpens your awareness. It creates a mental space where you can observe your emotions without being ruled by them, giving you the clarity to make better decisions and the calm to face challenges with grace. So, ask yourself, how often do you let fleeting emotions or thoughts dictate your actions? What would happen if you could pause, step back, and let them pass without reacting? Detachment is not about avoiding life. It's about embracing it with a clear mind and an open heart. The lesson here is simple yet profound. By letting go, you gain the freedom to live more fully. Start small next time you feel overwhelmed. Take a moment to breathe, observe your thoughts, and let them drift like leaves on a stream. You may find that letting go is not about losing control, but about gaining it in the most meaningful way. 8. Deep breathing and relaxation. In the fast-paced world we live in, learning how to regulate your thoughts and emotions has become not just a skill but a necessity. One of the simplest yet most powerful tools you can use is deep breathing and relaxation techniques. When life throws anxiety, anger, or sadness your way, your breath can be your anchor, helping you regain control and find calm amidst the chaos. Why does this work so well? Deep breathing slows your heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and helps your brain escape the fight-or-flight mode that often fuels those overwhelming emotional reactions. It creates a mental pausier space where you can manage your thoughts and emotions with clarity instead of letting them control you. This practice isn't just about calming your body, it's about reclaiming your mind. Take Thomas, for example. He was a hard-working professional who felt constantly bombarded by stress at work. After tense meetings, he often found his heart racing and his mind clouded with frustration. One day, after a particularly difficult meeting, he decided to try something different. Instead of reacting impulsively, he sat down, closed his eyes, and focused on his breath. Slowly, he inhaled deeply through his nose, held it for a moment, and then exhaled fully. With each breath, he felt his tension ease. Within minutes, his anxiety began to melt away, and he was able to return to his work with a calmer perspective. Thomas realized something profound in that moment. Control doesn't come from changing the circumstances around you, it comes from changing how you respond to them. Isn't that a lesson we all could use in our daily lives? Therapists and psychologists have long recognized the transformative power of deep breathing. Techniques like breath-focused meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, or visualizing peaceful scenes have shown immediate benefits for managing stress and improving mental health. These methods are simple, accessible, and incredibly effective. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." When you take control of your breath, you're not just calming your body, you're reshaping how you perceive and respond to life's challenges. So, let me ask you this. The next time you feel overwhelmed, will you take a moment to pause and breathe deeply? By doing so, you're not just practicing relaxation, you're exercising your power to create inner freedom. The lesson is clear. Peace begins with the breath, and through it, you can find clarity, resilience, and strength in even the most difficult moments. 9. Breaking free from distorted thoughts. Have you ever caught yourself overreacting to something small and wondered why it felt so overwhelming? Often, the root of these reactions lies in distorted thinking patterns, those subconscious mental habits that shape how we see the world and respond to it. The first step to overcoming these patterns is to identify them, to bring these hidden influences into the light where they can no longer control us. One common example is all or nothing thinking, where you tell yourself, "If I can't do this perfectly, then I've completely failed." A single mistake feels like it ruins everything, even though the reality is far less dramatic. This kind of thinking not only fuels frustration, but also blinds you to the progress and value in your efforts. Another harmful pattern is catastrophizing, where a small issue spirals into an imagined disaster. Let's say you miss a meeting, and suddenly you're thinking, "I'm completely unreliable. I'll never succeed in maintaining any professional relationship." These thoughts feel real in the moment, but they're exaggerated and unhelpful. Emotional reasoning is another trap when you feel anxious. You might believe that your anxiety is proof something terrible is about to happen, even though it's often just your body's natural response to stress. Overgeneralization is yet another culprit, where a single failure leads you to believe, "I always fail at everything." Do any of these patterns sound familiar to you? Consider Sarah, a young designer who struggled with perfectionism. After submitting a project, she noticed a small error and immediately thought, "I'm terrible at my job. I'll never succeed." This distorted thinking left her feeling defeated, even though the client was thrilled with her work. When Sarah began working with a therapist, Trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, she learned to challenge these thoughts. She started asking herself, is this thought true? Does one mistake really mean I'm a failure? By questioning her mental habits, she began to see her work more objectively and focus on her strengths rather than her perceived flaws. The good news is that distorted thinking patterns can be changed. Therapy, especially CBT, provides tools to recognize and challenge these patterns, helping you replace them with healthier, more balanced ways of thinking. The process takes practice, but it's incredibly empowering. When you free yourself from negative thought cycles, you regain control over how you feel and respond to life's challenges. So, let me ask you, how often do you let distorted thoughts dictate how you feel about yourself or your situation? What would happen if you paused and questioned those thoughts instead of accepting them as truth? The lesson here is simply your thoughts are powerful, but they don't have to control you. By identifying and reshaping distorted patterns, you can create a clearer, calmer, and more confident mind. 10. Establishing routines. Epictetus once said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This timeless wisdom reminds us that while we cannot control everything in life, we can control how we structure our days. Establishing a routine is not just about managing your time, it's about creating a sense of stability and order in your mind. Life can often feel overwhelming, with unexpected challenges and endless distractions pulling us in different directions. Without a routine, the mind is left to wander, easily falling into uncertainty, anxiety, and even panic. But a well-established routine acts like an anchor in a storm, giving you a safe and steady place to return to when life feels turbulent. Take Mia, for example. As a freelance writer, her days were unstructured, often filled with late nights, skipped meals, and last-minute deadlines. She constantly felt stressed, as if she was always playing catch-up. One day, she decided to make a change. She started waking up at the same time every morning, setting aside specific hours for work, meals, and relaxation. Within weeks, she noticed a shift. Her mind felt calmer, her work more focused, and her evenings more peaceful. By simply establishing a routine, Mia found that she was no longer overwhelmed by the chaos of her day. Instead, she felt in control, with more energy to tackle challenges and more clarity to make decisions. Doesn't her story make you wonder how much easier your life could feel with a little structure? Simple habits like waking up and going to bed at consistent times, eating meals on schedule, or dedicating fixed moments for things you love can have a profound impact on your mental well-being. These small, predictable actions reduce the mental load of trivial decisions, freeing up your brain to focus on what truly matters. When you start your day with a clear plan, you'll notice how much more confident and focused you feel, knowing exactly what needs to be done and when. Routines don't just bring order to your schedule, they bring peace to your mind. They prevent you from spiraling into aimless thinking and help you align your actions with your goals and values. So, let me ask you, how often do you feel overwhelmed by the unpredictability of your day? What would happen if you created a routine that gave you a sense of control and purpose? The lesson here is simple, but powerful routines are not restrictive. They are liberating. They allow you to navigate life with clarity, focus, and confidence, helping you make the best use of your time and energy. Start small, choose one habit to anchor your day and build from there. Over time, you'll find that routines are not just tools for productivity, they are pathways to a calmer, more intentional life. 11. Practice of gratitude. Practicing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to shift your perspective and improve your life. Gratitude has the power to brighten even the darkest of days, helping you focus on the small victories that often go unnoticed. It could be something as simple as the bus arriving on time, a kind stranger holding the door for you, or the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window in the morning. These seemingly minor moments weave together to create a foundation of joy and contentment, training your mind to notice the good that's already present in your life. Gratitude is not just about the big wins, it's about finding beauty in the everyday. Take Alex, for instance, a busy parent juggling work and family life. Feeling overwhelmed by the chaos of daily responsibilities, Alex started keeping a gratitude journal. Each night, they would write down 3 things they were thankful for, no matter how small. At first, it felt forced, but over time, Alex began to notice more positive moments throughout the day: a smile from their child, a supportive word from a coworker, or even just the comfort of a good cup of coffee. This simple practice shifted Alex's focus away from stress and onto the things that brought joy and meaning. Doesn't that make you wonder how much good you might be overlooking in your own life? Gratitude doesn't just change how we see the world, it changes how our brains work. When you practice gratitude, your brain activates neural pathways that increase the production of dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for feelings of happiness and satisfaction. Over time, this rewiring of the brain helps reduce anxiety and depression, improves emotional resilience, and strengthens your ability to handle stress. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good exercise, it's a scientifically backed way to enhance your mental and emotional well-being. So, how can you start cultivating gratitude? Begin with small, intentional actions. Keep a journal where you write down a few things you're thankful for each day, or take a moment to express appreciation to someone who has made a difference in your life. The key is consistency. Gratitude is a practice, not a one-time act. Ask yourself, what are the small blessings in your life that you might be taking for granted? By shifting your focus to what's good, you'll find that gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling, but a way to live a more peaceful and joyful life. The lesson here is simple yet powerful. Gratitude transforms your mind, your emotions, and your life. Start small, stay consistent, and watch the ripple effects of gratitude unfold. 12. Journaling. A path to self-mastery. Journaling is so much more than just writing words on a page. It's a conversation with yourself, a space where your thoughts, emotions, and dreams come alive. It's one of the most powerful tools for understanding your mind, relieving stress, and even improving your physical health. Whether you're reflecting on your deepest feelings, capturing fleeting moments, or seeking clarity in your life, journaling offers a transformative journey of self-discovery and growth. As Stoic philosophy teaches us, journaling is not just about recording your day, it's a way to navigate the unpredictable waves of life, bringing awareness and balance to your thoughts and emotions. By putting pen to paper, you create a mental mirror that helps you see yourself more clearly and understand the patterns that shape your actions and reactions. Take Emma, for example, a young professional who often felt overwhelmed by her fast-paced life. She started journaling as a way to manage her stress and quickly discovered how much it helped her process her emotions. One evening, after a particularly challenging day at work, she wrote down everything she was feeling: her frustrations, her fears, and even her small victories. As she read back over her words, she noticed a recurring theme. She often doubted herself even when she had done well. This realization helped her break free from her negative thought patterns and approach her challenges with more confidence. Doesn't her story make you wonder what you might uncover about yourself if you took a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts? One of the greatest benefits of journaling is its ability to help you identify patterns in your emotions and behaviors. Sometimes, life traps us in cycles of negativity without us even realizing it, but writing things down brings those hidden patterns to light. Once you see them, you can start to understand why you react the way you do and take steps to change it. Over time, journaling enhances your self-awareness, helping you track how your thoughts and feelings evolve, and teaching you to manage your emotions with greater clarity and control. For those who practice Stoic philosophy, this practice builds resilience, allowing you to face life's challenges with calmness and objectivity. Journaling also provides a safe space for releasing emotions. Instead of bottling up anger, sadness, or anxiety, you can pour it all onto the page, freeing your mind from the weight of those feelings. This process not only reduces the intensity of negative emotions, but also helps you approach problems with a clearer, calmer mindset. Additionally, by reflecting on past experiences and outcomes, journaling improves your decision-making and problem-solving skills. It allows you to see what worked, what didn't, and how you can make better choices in the future. Most importantly, journaling invites mindfulness into your life. It encourages you to slow down, reflect deeply, and focus on what truly matters. In doing so, you reduce the influence of fleeting emotions and negative thoughts, moving toward a life of greater balance and self-mastery. So, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly listened to your own thoughts? By journaling regularly, you give yourself the gift of understanding and control, aligning your life with the inner peace and resilience that Stoic philosophy inspires. Start today, your mind will thank you. 13. The power of embracing silence. Have you ever thought about how silence shapes your life? In the movie A Quiet Place, Day 1, silence is not just a choice, it's survival. The characters live in a world where the slightest sound invites destruction, forcing them to exist in complete stillness. While this fictional scenario is extreme, it raises an interesting question. Are we truly aware of the power of silence in our own lives, or does the absence of noise make us feel uneasy, even lost? In today's fast-paced world, silence can feel foreign, but it holds immense potential. In practices like meditation and Stoic philosophy, silence is not merely the lack of sound, it's a deliberate act of turning inward, calming the mind, and exploring the depths of our inner selves. Take Ryan, a software engineer who was constantly surrounded by noise, emails, meetings, notifications, and endless conversations. Feeling burned out, he decided to try something new: 5 minutes of silence every morning. At first, it felt uncomfortable, even awkward, but soon it became his favorite part of the day. In those moments of stillness, Ryan began to notice his thoughts more clearly, reflect on his emotions, and feel a sense of peace he hadn't experienced in years. Doesn't his story make you wonder how silence might transform your own life? When we allow ourselves to be silent, we don't just hear the world around us more vividly, we begin to truly hear ourselves. Silence clears the mental clutter, making space for reflection and self-awareness, helping us uncover thoughts and feelings often drowned out by the constant noise of daily life. Silence also connects us to something greater. In those quiet moments, we can feel a sense of harmony with the universe, as if the absence of sound brings us closer to our true nature. It's in this stillness that we often find clarity, inner peace, and a deeper understanding of who we are. Simple practices like silent meals, quiet walks, or even a few minutes of stillness each day can have profound effects. These small pauses allow us to slow down, step out of the chaos, and truly listen to our thoughts, to our hearts, and to life itself. More than just a tool for relaxation, silence is a path to growth. It reduces stress, sharpens focus, and creates the mental space needed to see our lives more clearly. It's in silence that we often discover wisdom, make better decisions, and feel a sense of inner freedom. So, let me ask you, how often do you allow silence into your life? What might you hear if you paused long enough to listen? The lesson is simple, yet powerful. Silence is not empty. It's full of opportunity. By embracing silence, you give yourself the gift of peace, clarity, and a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Start small and let the stillness guide you. As we wrap up today's journey through Mastering Your Thoughts, 13 practical tips for mental freedom, let's take a moment to reflect on the core message of Stoic philosophy. While we cannot control the external world, we have complete power over how we respond to it. These 13 practical tips are not just daily habits, but powerful tools to help you cultivate self-discipline, manage negative thoughts, and focus on what truly lies within your control. By mastering your thoughts, you can experience greater inner peace, freedom, and happiness, living a life aligned with Stoic principles. Which of these tips resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Stoic philosophical community, and share it with someone who could use a little Stoic wisdom today. And if you're ready to continue your journey, click on the next video we've recommended for you. Let's keep growing together.